Today, I want to talk to you about one simple yet life-altering truth: no risk, no reward. It's a principle that defines every success story the world has ever seen, whether it's in business, relationships, or personal growth. Nothing extraordinary ever comes from standing still in the shadows of doubt. Look around you. Every innovation, every breakthrough, every victory was born from someone daring to step into the unknown. They chose to face the risk instead of hiding from it. And because they did, they unlocked doors that were invisible to those who only played it safe. But I understand risk can be intimidating. Fear of failure is a powerful force. We've all heard that little voice whispering, "What if I mess up? What if I embarrass myself?" But here's what you need to remember. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Each failure teaches you something valuable. Each stumble sharpens your instincts and prepares you for your next bold step. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. Think about the last time you truly evolved as a person. Was it during a period when life was smooth and predictable? Probably not. It was when you faced challenges head on, pushed your limits, and dared to take a risk. The key, however, is not to gamble blindly. Successful people take calculated risks. They assess the odds, learn what they can, and then trust themselves to make the leap. This builds confidence, resilience, and wisdom. Let me leave you with this: life offers no guarantees, but one thing is certain: playing it safe guarantees regret. You may not always win, but when you take that leap of faith, you gain something far more valuable: growth, experience, and a life worth living. So today, ask yourself, what would you do if fear weren't holding you back? Whatever it is, go after it. Take the risk, because without it, there's no reward. Success demands courage. Success never arrives on the doorstep of the timid or those content with a life of routine and predictability. It belongs to those who muster the courage to step beyond their comfort zones and take bold risks. Why is courage so essential? Because every dream worth pursuing comes with uncertainty, challenges, and moments when the outcome is far from guaranteed. Without the willingness to face these unknowns, progress is impossible. Consider this: when you look at the lives of highly accomplished individuals, whether in business, sports, or the arts, you'll notice one common trait. They all had moments when they had to make tough decisions without the luxury of knowing how things would turn out. What set them apart was their resolve to act in the face of fear and self-doubt. Courage doesn't mean being fearless, it means taking action despite the fear. Think of the entrepreneur who invests time, energy, and resources into launching a new venture. The market may be unpredictable, competition fierce, and success uncertain. Yet those who dare to take the leap and put their ideas out into the world have the potential to create something truly remarkable. Their courage opens doors that fear would have kept forever closed. The same applies to personal growth. How many times have people stayed in unsatisfying situations, whether jobs, relationships, or routines, simply because it felt safe? They settle for mediocrity because taking a risk seems terrifying. Yet the irony is that the greatest danger lies in staying where you are, never growing, never learning, and ultimately never living up to your full potential. Courage is the spark that ignites change and growth. But how does one build courage? The answer lies in small, consistent acts of bravery. Courage is like a muscle that strengthens with use. Start by taking minor risks daily. Speak up in a meeting, share an idea, or try something new. With each success, no matter how small, your confidence grows, and you become better equipped to handle bigger challenges. It's also important to reframe how you perceive fear. Fear is often a sign that you're on the verge of growth. It signals that you're stepping into unfamiliar territory, exactly where you need to be to unlock new possibilities. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, view it as an invitation to push forward. Successful individuals understand that the rewards of courage far outweigh the temporary discomfort of fear. They know that every risk carries the potential for failure, but it also carries the possibility of incredible reward. By embracing courage, they open themselves up to a life of greater purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. You remember that courage is contagious. When you dare to act boldly, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your example becomes a beacon of possibility for others, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Courage is the defining factor between those who dream and those who achieve. Success demands it, and life rewards it. So, if you find yourself standing at the edge of a decision, wondering whether to take the leap, remind yourself of this simple truth. Nothing extraordinary ever happens without courage. And when you choose courage, you're not just transforming your own life, you're paving the way for others to follow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Step forward with courage and let success meet you halfway. Failure is a teacher, not an enemy. Failure is one of life's most misunderstood experiences. Society often portrays it as something to avoid at all costs, a sign of weakness or incompetence. But the truth is, failure is neither your enemy nor your downfall. It's one of the most powerful teachers you will ever have. When you learn to see failure as a lesson rather than a defeat, it becomes a stepping stone to success rather than a roadblock. You think of every child learning to walk. They stumble and fall countless times before finally finding their balance. Yet no one scolds a child for falling, because it's understood that falling is a necessary part of learning to walk. This same principle applies throughout life. Growth and improvement come from the willingness to fall and rise again. Some of the world's most successful people have faced failures that would have made others quit. Consider inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who changed the world. Many of them encountered setbacks, ridicule, and rejection. Thomas Edison, for instance, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He understood that each failure brought him one step closer to success. The key difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Some people let failure define them. They internalize the setback as a reflection of their worth and give up. But others see failure as a temporary obstacle, analyze what went wrong, and adjust their approach. This mindset is what separates winners from the rest. Failure teaches you valuable lessons that success cannot. When everything goes smoothly, there's little incentive to reflect or improve. But when something goes wrong, it forces you to analyze your choices, strategies, and assumptions. These moments provide insights that can prevent future mistakes and lead to better outcomes. Failure builds resilience, a quality that is essential for success. When you face setbacks and overcome them, you develop mental strength and confidence. You learn that you can survive challenges and keep moving forward. This resilience becomes your armor, making you less afraid of taking risks in the future. It's also important to remember that failure is often a sign of ambition. If you never fail, it likely means you're not pushing yourself hard enough or aiming high enough. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it will also shield you from growth and achievement. However, embracing failure doesn't mean being reckless or repeating the same mistakes. It means learning from each setback, making adjustments, and moving forward with a better strategy. Each lesson builds on the last, creating a foundation for lasting success. To shift your perspective on failure, start by asking yourself these questions after every setback. What did I learn from this experience? How can I improve my approach next time? What skills or strengths did this challenge reveal in me? When you ask these questions, failure transforms from a source of shame into a source of growth. You begin to see it for what it truly is, a teacher guiding you toward better decisions and stronger outcomes. Remember this, the road to success is paved with failures. Every stumble is a chance to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Don't fear failure, welcome it as a necessary part of your journey. Those who achieve greatness are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. So the next time you face a setback, hold your head high. You've just received another lesson on your path to success. Failure is never final, it's simply part of the process that leads you to greatness. Growth lies outside your comfort zone. Growth is one of the fundamental desires of life. It is as essential to our personal development as air is to our survival. But growth never occurs in places where we feel comfortable and secure. True progress happens when we dare to step beyond the boundaries of our comfort zones and face the challenges waiting on the other side. Why is it so difficult to leave our comfort zones? The answer lies in human nature. Our brains are wired to seek safety and avoid risk. Familiar routines and predictable outcomes give us a sense of control. It's why we stick to the same job even if it doesn't fulfill us, remain in relationships that no longer serve us, or avoid trying new experiences for fear of failure. But comfort is deceptive. It offers temporary security at the cost of long-term stagnation. Let's think about the gym as a metaphor. When you lift the same weights over and over without increasing the load, your muscles stop growing. Your body adapts to the routine and progress comes to a halt. The only way to build strength is by pushing your limits, feeling the burn, and challenging yourself to do more. The same principle applies to your personal and professional life. Growth only happens when you feel discomfort, when you take on challenges that stretch your abilities and make you question whether you can succeed. That's where transformation begins. It's in the moments of uncertainty and struggle that your true potential is revealed. History provides countless examples of individuals who achieved greatness by stepping outside their comfort zones. You think of scientists who defied conventional wisdom to make groundbreaking discoveries, or artists who broke free from traditional styles to create masterpieces. These pioneers didn't play it safe. They ventured into the unknown, and because they did, they changed the world. However, stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always mean making grand, life-altering changes. It starts with small, manageable steps. If you're shy, it might mean speaking up in a meeting. If you're stuck in a routine, it might mean trying a new hobby or learning a new skill. Each time you push yourself, you expand your comfort zone and build the confidence to take on even bigger challenges. One of the best ways to break free from the comfort trap is to set meaningful goals that require growth. When your vision is clear and compelling, it becomes easier to endure discomfort because you know it's a stepping stone to a greater purpose. This is why successful people often set ambitious targets. They understand that the pursuit of these goals forces them to grow in ways they never thought possible. It's also important to recognize that the discomfort you feel when stepping outside your comfort zone is temporary. The fear and uncertainty will pass, but the lessons and growth you gain will stay with you forever. In fact, over time, what once seemed daunting will become second nature, and you'll wonder why you ever doubted yourself in the first place. To make this mindset shift, remember these 3 principles. Discomfort is a sign of growth. When you feel uneasy, you are on the path to becoming stronger and wiser. Failure is part of the process. Don't fear mistakes, welcome them as opportunities to learn and improve. Celebrate small victories. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your courage and determination. At the end of the day, comfort offers no rewards, only the illusion of safety. If you want to grow, achieve, and live a fulfilling life, you must be willing to embrace the discomfort that comes with stepping outside the familiar. So take that first step. Dare to be bold, because on the other side of your comfort zone lies the person you are destined to become. Courage is the bridge between risk and reward. Courage is often seen as a rare quality, something reserved for heroes who face extraordinary challenges. But the truth is, courage exists in all of us, waiting to be summoned. It is the vital bridge between taking risks and reaping the rewards that life has to offer. Without courage, even the best opportunities pass us by, and success remains a distant dream. With courage, we unlock our true potential and step boldly into a world of limitless possibilities. At its core, courage is not the absence of fear, it's the ability to act despite fear. Many people mistakenly believe that successful individuals are fearless, but this couldn't be further from the truth. What sets them apart is their ability to acknowledge fear and move forward regardless. They understand that fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it doesn't have to be a barrier to success. Consider the story of any great entrepreneur or visionary. When they started their journey, they faced countless uncertainties and risks. They were often met with skepticism, financial hurdles, and the fear of failure. But instead of letting fear paralyze them, they chose courage. They made bold decisions, took calculated risks, and persevered through challenges. Because of their courage, they were able to achieve extraordinary things. One reason courage is so essential is that life is inherently uncertain. There are no guarantees, no perfectly paved roads to success. Every meaningful endeavor involves some level of risk, whether it's starting a new business, pursuing a passion, or making a major life change. Courage helps us navigate this uncertainty and take the leaps of faith required to move forward. But how do we cultivate courage when fear looms large? The first step is understanding that courage is a skill, not a fixed trait. Like any skill, it can be developed through practice and intentional effort. Small acts of bravery build the foundation for greater acts of courage. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you strengthen your ability to face fear head-on. Start by taking small risks in your daily life. Speak up in a meeting when you have an idea. Try something new that you've always wanted to explore but were too hesitant to attempt. These seemingly minor actions may not feel significant, but they build momentum. Over time, you'll find yourself more willing to take on bigger challenges because you've trained your mind to embrace courage rather than shy away from it. Another way to develop courage is by reframing your perception of fear. Instead of seeing it as a sign of danger, view it as a sign of growth. Fear often arises when you're about to do something meaningful, something that has the potential to change your life for the better. Recognize that fear is a signal that you're on the verge of stepping into new territory, and let that excite you rather than hold you back. It's also helpful to remember that failure is not the end, it's a learning experience. One of the biggest fears people face is the fear of failing. But every successful person has faced failure at some point. They didn't let it define them. They learned from it and used it as fuel to keep going. Courage involves accepting that failure is part of the journey and refusing to let it deter you. Surrounding yourself with courageous individuals can also inspire you to be braver. When you're in the company of people who take risks and pursue their goals despite challenges, it becomes easier to adopt a similar mindset. Their stories of triumph over adversity can serve as a powerful reminder that courage leads to success. Another crucial element of courage is resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep pushing forward. Life will inevitably throw obstacles in your path, but courage gives you the strength to persevere. When you cultivate resilience, you become less afraid of taking risks because you know that, no matter what happens, you have the inner strength to rise again. Visualization is a powerful tool for building courage. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding in a self that currently feels intimidating. Picture yourself speaking confidently, making bold decisions, or achieving your goals. This mental rehearsal helps condition your mind to associate courage with positive outcomes, making it easier to act bravely when the time comes. Gratitude can also play a surprising role in developing courage. When you focus on what you have to be thankful for, it shifts your mindset from one of fear to one of abundance. Gratitude reminds you of your past successes, the support you have, and the progress you've already made. This sense of abundance gives you the confidence to face challenges with a courageous heart. And remember that courage is deeply personal. What requires courage for one person may be effortless for another. Don't compare your journey to someone else's. In moments of doubt, remind yourself of this simple truth. Every great achievement in history was made possible by courage. Whether it's inventors who defied the odds, activists who stood up for justice, or ordinary people who pursued their dreams despite challenges, courage was the common thread that connected their stories. Life rewards the brave. The best opportunities, the most meaningful relationships, and the greatest successes are reserved for those who are willing to take risks and face their fears head-on. Without courage, we remain confined to the familiar, missing out on the incredible experiences that lie just beyond our comfort zones. So today I urge you to choose courage. Don't wait for fear to disappear. It won't. Instead, let courage be your guiding light. Take that leap of faith, make that bold decision, and embrace the uncertainty of the journey. Because on the other side of fear lies the life you've always dreamed of, filled with growth, fulfillment, and boundless rewards. Success demands calculated risks. Life is filled with choices, and every decision we make carries an element of risk. Whether it's starting a business, pursuing a new career, or even making personal lifestyle changes, there's always an unknown factor that creates uncertainty. The key difference between those who achieve success and those who remain stagnant isn't the absence of risk. It's the ability to take calculated risks that align with a clear vision. Taking a risk without forethought is reckless. But avoiding risk altogether is just as dangerous. It keeps you confined to a life of mediocrity, where growth and success remain distant dreams. Success is reserved for those who are willing to analyze the challenges, prepare for the possible outcomes, and step forward despite the fear of failure. Why calculated risks matter? Calculated risks are not impulsive decisions. They are well thought out choices where the potential reward outweighs the possible loss. This approach allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you've minimized unnecessary uncertainties. Success is built on this foundation of thoughtful decision-making combined with the courage to act. Consider some of the most groundbreaking achievements in history. From technological innovations to remarkable business ventures, every great success story began with someone willing to take a calculated risk. For instance, entrepreneurs who revolutionized industries didn't blindly invest their resources. They conducted market research, identified customer needs, and created strategies to mitigate potential losses. Their willingness to take calculated risks propelled them to the heights of success. The cost of playing it safe. While it may feel comfortable to avoid risks, this mindset has a hidden cost: missed opportunities. When you choose safety over growth, you limit your potential. You settle for a predictable life where progress is slow and fulfillment remains out of reach. Imagine a person who dreams of becoming a writer but never submits their work for fear of rejection. They may have incredible talent, but their decision to avoid the risk of criticism keeps their work hidden from the world. On the other hand, writers who face rejection and learn from it ultimately improve and achieve their goals. Life rewards those who are willing to try, even when the outcome is uncertain. Each risk you take is a step forward, even if it doesn't immediately lead to success. Failure isn't a dead end, it's a valuable teacher that offers lessons and insights you wouldn't have gained otherwise. How to take calculated risks. If success demands calculated risks, how can you ensure that you're making smart decisions? Here are 5 steps to guide you. Define your goals clearly. You know what you want to achieve. A clear goal gives you a roadmap for making decisions and assessing potential risks. When you understand your destination, it's easier to determine whether a particular risk is worth taking. Assess the possible outcomes. You think about the best case and worst case scenarios. What will you gain if things go well? What will you lose if they don't? By analyzing these outcomes, you can determine whether the potential reward justifies the risk. Gather information. Knowledge is power. Before making a decision, gather as much information as possible. Research, consult experts, and learn from the experiences of others. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to navigate challenges. Create a plan B. Always have a contingency plan. If things don't go as expected, what will you do next? Having a backup plan gives you the confidence to take risks because you know you can recover if things don't work out. Start small and build confidence. You don't have to take massive risks right away. Start with smaller, manageable risks that push you out of your comfort zone. Each successful step builds your confidence and prepares you for larger challenges. Overcoming fear of failure. One of the biggest obstacles to taking calculated risks is the fear of failure. But failure is a natural part of any journey toward success. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world failed repeatedly before they achieved greatness. The key is to shift your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, view it as a valuable learning experience. Each setback is an opportunity to gain insights, refine your approach, and come back stronger. Remember that the most successful people aren't those who never failed, it's those who learned from their failures and kept moving forward. The courage to act. Even with careful planning and preparation, there will come a point when you must take the leap. This moment requires courage. It's the defining point where success and mediocrity part ways. Without action, even the best laid plans are meaningless. Courage doesn't mean you're free from fear. It means you choose to act despite it. When you take that step, you'll often find that the fear was far greater in your mind than it was in reality. Success favors the bold. History shows us time and time again that success favors the bold, whether it's in business, personal development, or creative pursuits, those who dare to take risks are the ones who achieve greatness. They understand that risk is not something to be feared, but a necessary ingredient for progress. When you look back on your life, what will matter most are the moments when you chose courage over comfort, growth over safety, and opportunity over fear. These are the moments that shape your journey and define your legacy. Today, I challenge you to assess where you might be holding back. What risks have you avoided out of fear or uncertainty? What opportunities have you let slip by because you were too afraid to try? Now is the time to change that mindset. Define your goals, gather information, and take that first step. Success doesn't come to those who play it safe. It comes to those who dare to take risks, who embrace uncertainty, and who have the courage to act. So be bold, be courageous, and remember this simple truth: no risk, no reward.